Class is in session. Welcome to the Hitting the Book show for Monday, May 25th. Ian Cameron, Connor Mack with you, and a happy Memorial Day to everyone in the United States, south of the border from where I am. I hope you're having a great holiday. Hopefully we can turn it into a winning holiday, a money-making holiday here on
I need it.
Yeah, on the Hitting the Book. We always need it, C-Mac. Good or bad the day before.
I know. It's true. You got to flip it, but, man, I just talked about it. A rough Sunday. And probably this game stays under Yankees, Royals. I was like, I think I can get in and get out. And, of course, they got 3 runs in the first 3. So, of course. We got 2-2. It's probably going to be a 3-2 game.
Yeah.
So, but we turn the page. I got to just turn the page. You know?
That is for sure. We turn the page to a Monday night, which features, an NHL and NBA conference finals game, and that's where we will begin. We'll begin in the NHL, where the Bell Center will be an insane asylum, as it's been all playoffs. That hasn't always led to success for the Montreal Canadiens, for the home team, who have been, kind of disappointing with their performance on home ice. They have a losing home ice record in the playoffs, but they will try to turn that around tonight, hosting the Carolina Hurricanes. Game 3, NHL Eastern Conference Final Series tied 1-1. Carolina minus 140 road favorites, 5.5, 6 the total, depending on the book. I know Carolina's a formidable team. They were great in Game 2. They deserved to win. They controlled the flow. They controlled the game. I know it took overtime to win, but they clearly still were the better team. Montreal had only had 5 shots on goal through the first 2 periods. It's not going to be easy for Montreal to win this game and win this series, but I can't turn it down. It's 6-0 for the Montreal Canadiens off a loss here in the playoffs. They're a home underdog here, plus 120, plus 125. Yeah, they haven't played their best consistently at home here in the playoffs, but I'm on them. Plus 120, plus 125 with Montreal, looking to make it a perfect 7-0 off a loss in the playoffs here tonight. If this goes the way I hope it does, Montreal wins tonight, I'm probably coming back and betting Carolina in Game 4 because they are every bit as good off a loss as Montreal. Montreal has won 6 straight off a loss in the playoffs, 11 straight off a loss overall. Carolina, you go back even further, they haven't lost 2 in a row since January, if you can believe it. That's how long it's been. So I'm hoping Montreal gets done tonight, and then if they do, I'll take Carolina off a loss in Game 4 because both of these teams, they haven't lost 2 in a row, either of these teams, in what feels like forever. So I will take Montreal. I'll take Montreal goal in the first period. There's a parlay you can do at FanDuel that I did. That's cashed for me last night. Colorado goal in the first period and goal in the first 10 minutes of the hockey game. I'm doing that tonight with Montreal. Goal in the first 10 minutes of the hockey game, and Montreal specifically to score a goal in the first period. You can parlay that plus 120 at FanDuel. And I got to go with the first period over. It's 2-0 in this series. It's 9-0 in Montreal's last 9 playoff games. 9 straight Montreal Canadiens playoff games have cashed the over in the first period. So I'm going back to that here tonight in Game 3. Kind of lean full game over 5.5, but I prefer the first period over because I could also see it slowing down after the first period like it did Saturday night in Game 2. C-Mac, what do you think here? Montreal, Carolina.
Yeah, Game 2, it really slowed it down. Canes did a great job. That's sometimes how it goes in hockey. Control it, still lose the game. I mean, they ended up winning. I have to be on the Habs. I just have to. Here, with the price, we saw it yesterday with the Avs, even though that complete crumble that they had, being up 3-0. It was the perfect bet to bet them first period, and then but for Vegas to come back and win was crazy. I think these teams are just too close, and the line's just dead wrong. And I have to take the Habs. The values here. I like the first period over, too, you're talking about. I don't know about the full game. And I think if you do, grab a 5.5, of course, then a 6, because there are 5.5s out here.
Yep.
A lot of spots. There's 6, too, that it could get there. But I think we see – I don't know what we see. I could see a little bit more of that in Game 2, or it could open up a little bit, and we could have those goals early, which I kind of think we at least get a couple in the first period.
All right, NBA Eastern Conference Final, Game 4. New York Knicks, Cleveland Cavaliers. New York 2.5-point road favorites, 218.5 the total. I'm going to keep this brief. I think it's all over but the crying in Cleveland. Knicks showed killer instinct last series, beating Philly in 4 straight, destroying them in Game 4. They didn't have a letdown. They didn't have they showed the ability to want to get the series done. And if they show that tonight, Cleveland's powerless to stop it, in my opinion. That was their spot Saturday, game 3. And what happened? They got blown out by double digits. How do you give up 37 points in the first quarter in a game where if you lose, you go down 3-0 and you give up 37 points in the first quarter? Absolutely pathetic by the Cavaliers the other night. So, yeah, I'm on Knicks money line, Knicks team total over, lean full game over. Mikal Bridges over points, 14.5. Keep scoring that number. It's still value, I think, to keep betting Mikal Bridges over his point prop for the New York Knicks. He's been playing so well for this team. Who hasn't been playing well for the Knicks, but specifically Bridges. He's been really good scoring the basketball. C-Mac, what are you doing here? Knicks, Cavs.
I think it's over, too. I mean, how about this? Is Knicks favored 2.5 now. I mean, it saw 3 a few times earlier today. I mean, what is it? That's 4.5 points, basically. 5 points.
Finally
crazy.
Pricing the Knicks like a team that's won 10 straight playoff games.
Well, yeah. And that I had doubt in them. But I think Cleveland could play up here, but I don't trust them. They are at home. They couldn't get anything going. I took them live. And, yeah, they just, as soon as they cut anything to about 7, the Knicks just, kept the lead the whole game, all game long. So I'm not going to be involved. Either you stay on the Knicks roll. I don't really want to go against them at all. But I like the Bridges. I like OG here. I like his points and rebounds over 20.5. He's been getting this pretty consistently. I think he can get this again. So, and with the total, I like kind of the over, but I think it's 218.5 is a little high though. There's the problem, with it. Because one thing with the Knicks, they've had like a bad court. They haven't had the bad shooting night, and I'm waiting for it to happen. It just hasn't really happened. We're at least a stretch, longer than a half. Or 3 quarters, a full game. So, because that makes me like looking at this first half under there, they're just going to be points. I haven't moved on it, but I was looking at the under the first half 112 here. I might pull the trigger. I have a little bit of time here. But I was looking at that under.
All right, good stuff. Yeah, as far as maybe tonight, that's what you're hoping for it to stay under. I don't.
A little bit of defense.
You just need the Knicks to kind of cool off a little bit. Yeah.
And the Knicks defense has been good. That's why they've, Cavs have struggled to score in stretches.
They indeed have, and that was a rare time they stayed under. They had gone over their team total, Cleveland, most of their home playoff games. That did not happen in Game 3 on Saturday night. All right, MLB, it's going to be quick here because there's only a few games left, a lot of day games, only a few games left tonight. But we'll begin with Washington, Cleveland. We've got P.J. Poulin for the Nationals, Tanner Bybee for the Guardians. Cleveland minus 170, home favorites, 8 the total here in this one. We'll see what we get here from Poulin here, who's going to be at least starting this game here for the Washington Nationals. And Tanner Bybee, meanwhile, is certainly the more trustworthy, I guess you can say, of the pitchers here in this matchup. We'll see how it plays out. Just not a price, though, I really like here with Cleveland, minus 160. I mean, I certainly think they are the side I would look at, but just at this price, not really all that excited about it. One thing to keep in mind, too, is Zach Little's going to be the primary after Poulin. He's not any good in my mind. He's kind of a fade, 5.83 ERA for Little. He'll be the Nationals' primary here. I think we can creep over the total, believe it or not, here at 8. It's a low total. The weather's warm today in Cleveland. I think they'll score against Washington. Washington, can they chip in a little bit here against Bybee? Won't be as easy, but I think at 8, I lean a little bit over because it's definitely not bad weather and conditions for hitting here. Very mild in the 80s, the temperatures here today, high 80s today in Cleveland. C-Mac, what do you think here, Nats and Guardians?
Yeah, this price is too big. I got to take the Nats here. I got to take them first 5, plus 140. Bybee's been better, and I think he's going to have stretches here where he's going to be better at home. But I just like this Nats lineup. They're scrappy. I finally won a couple lower score games. He just won yesterday, right? 2-1.
Yep.
The Braves. That was yesterday. So I know he's been better against lefties, Bybee. kind of this year and struggle versus righties, but I think the Nats can get to him. I just think the price is a little bit inflated here with the Guardians even at home.
Hard to argue that. I'm not a big Little fan. Otherwise, I'd be on it. But, yeah, there's no chance I'm laying a price like this big with Cleveland. All right, Philadelphia, San Diego. We've got Jesus Luzardo for the Phillies, and it's Griffin Canning, a pitching change here. But Canning will start now for San Diego. Minus 120 road favorite, 7 the total in this game. Both of these lineups at times have been, disappointing, that's for sure. But I see Luzardo with a 4.85 ERA. I see Canning with a 9 ERA so far this season and a total of 7. I'm taking a shot over at 7 now that it's this kind of a low number. I think it's not a bad look. Machado, by the way, I like home runs here from a home run prop from Machado. He's hit one in the past against Luzardo. That's worth keeping in mind. So, like I said, I think this total is just too light given what's on the mound. I don't think either guy is dominant, Luzardo or Canning, and we're getting a total of 7. So over 7 for me, minus 120. C-Mac, what do you think here? Phillies, Padres.
I know this total does seem low. There's a couple of these games today where I was a little bit head scratcher that these totals are this low with some of the pitchers on the mound. One thing, though, the Padres, they haven't been able to hit at all. This team's just struggled, this lineup, all the way through where Merrill's been out and in, not great. Tatis still hasn't hit jack. And, dude, they got to feel good at the record that they have. The bullpen's been good, though, even some of the starting pitching that they've had. And it's tough for me to trust Luzardo. What are we getting? He's off a good start, too. That's just kind of makes me not want him. 10 Ks, no walks against Miami. 3 hits, only 1 run. Wasn't earned. So the tough thing is back in Griffin Canning. I just don't want to do it. And does that mean that there's runs? This one was just too tricky here for me. So just leans. Lean Padres, I guess, at this price.
All right, Houston and Texas. We've got Tatsuya Ime for the Astros, Kumar Rocker for the Rangers. Texas, minus 115, minus 120 home favorite, 7.5, 8 the total. I mean, the numbers come down. A lot of Astros money here in this game. I don't totally agree with it. Ime has not been very good, in my opinion. 8 ERA. Rocker, well, he's been rocked at times, but you actually look at the last couple of starts, he's been a little bit better. His home ERA is quite good, actually, Rocker. When he pitches here at Globe Life in Arlington, he's been solid. So I don't know. This is probably either Texas or the thing is, Ime's not been good, but maybe Texas or Astros team total under. I don't know if they're going to hit a lot here against Rocker because Rocker's been good at home. And up until yesterday, that was an Astros lineup that really wasn't hitting. First 2 games of that Cubs series, Astros didn't do anything, offensively. So Texas and or Astros team total under, I think, is what I'd look at. C-Mac, what do you think, Houston, Texas?
I get it. Because, can you fucking trust these 2 offenses? Jeez, no way. Rocker's off 2 good starts. I thought he'd start pitching better. We see it a little bit with Leiter, his struggles early. I know he's pitched better last year and this year. But, man, I want to fade him. And it's just these 2 lineups. And we have 7.5s here.
Yeah.
Vanna, with these 2 guys on the mound, but the guys got to swing the bats. And they play to unders in this ballpark. That's where Rocker's been better.
And Texas overall, strong home under team, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So everything's going against it because I want to take this over. I'm itching to take the 7.5 over just with these guys, too, both on the mound. I just don't trust them, at least not right now. And Ime, he's a guy who had such great stuff in Japan that's had struggles early on. I think he's going to be a lot better. But walks, the long ball, have not been good so far in the bigs. He's given up 4 bombs his last 2 times out.
Right.
Each start just 4 innings, or when he's out there, 4 innings.
All right, next up, we've got the Marlins and Blue Jays. Jansen Junk, Trey Savage, the pitching matchup. Toronto minus 150 home favorites, 7.5 the total in this game. Junk has pitched like junk all of a sudden these last couple of starts that he's been in there. It's been rough. The last 2 starts for Junk, 15 runs in his last 10.2 innings of work against Tampa Bay and Atlanta. So it has not been, even the start before that against Washington wasn't very good. He gave up 4 runs, 7 hits, 6 innings. So he's given up 19 runs in his last 16 innings. So it hasn't been good for Jansen Junk here these last 3 starts. Meanwhile, Trey Savage just keeps on rolling, man. He's been pitching great. I think it was actually his best start of the season against the Yankees earlier this week. 2 hits, shutout ball, 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, no walks. I mean, this guy has a Cy Young in his future, maybe. I don't know about this year, but down the road, I mean, he could be one. I mean, he's got great stuff, that unbelievable splitter. But I could only look at Toronto here. And Toronto's off a loss, too, yesterday in the final game against Pittsburgh. So it's a nice bounce-back spot. I think Jays -1 on the run line is close to even money. I think that's the way I'd bet this thing. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, Savage. I mean, what he has, it's that working, and he's not walking people because he just goes quickly through his innings. He gets in a zone like pitchers do, and it's just quick work. And he struggles when he starts walking people and maybe leaving up the heater and even the changeup.
That's not a good sign for the Yankees, by the way. He made them look stupid in the playoffs, and it's almost like they made no adjustment this time around last week. Same old shit. He just completely owned them again.
I know. Hey, he did it against the Dodgers, so they could, yeah. I mean, it was lucky he just left one up to Muncy when he came in Game 7.
Right.
But he was great there. Yeah, Junk hasn't been very good. I think it's tough to back because I like the under here. It's just keep on going back. Savage is very good. And the only problem is this is like one of these games I kind of have like as an 8.5, 8 would be a full go. I just hate the 7.5, the number here with it.
Yeah, no doubt the number not a bargain. And the roof's going to be open tonight because it's another summer weather's back.
Yeah, is it open?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Okay.
Summer weather's back in southern Ontario of Canada and the northern part of the States. Like I said, we talked about it with Cleveland too. Very warm summer-like temperatures tonight there as well. So, yeah, keep that in mind. All right, next up we've got, as we continue along here, Colorado Rockies, LA Dodgers, Tanner Gordon, Emmett Sheehan. Dodgers over -300 home favorites here, 340, 8.5, 9 the total. I mean, Dodgers probably do most of you never know what you're going to get from the Rockies. That's right, because I'm not a big fan of Emmett Sheehan, but the Rockies are the kind of team that could make Emmett Sheehan look awesome because they really sometimes have a hard time scoring runs. I mean, they've scored 1 run or less, the Rockies, in 3 of their last 6 games. Now, that's not always going to get the job done. Meanwhile, you got Tanner Gordon. He's not been good. He's given up 11 runs in his last 9.1 innings against the Marlins and the Mariners. So Dodgers should, in theory, be able to do some damage. So I don't know, something like a Dodger team total over. But here's the problem. Just not getting any sort of bargain with any of this stuff involving the Dodgers, not when they're playing the Rockies. So, unless you're going to take a shot with like a 5.5 total, which is what you're getting here with the Rockies, with the Dodgers, it's hard to find value. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah. Emmett Sheehan, he's a good start last year against the Rockies. A couple of them, one in Colorado, one at home, and then earlier this year in Coors, he gave up just a couple runs. 5 innings, 2 walks, 4 Ks. On the other side, it's tough to see Gordon getting outs, really, in this game. He struggles with righties and lefties, but really bad against lefties through this lineup. Russia, he's the guy who hit 2 homers earlier when they played. We were talking about. But Tucker has some good numbers. Teoscar Hernandez has a home run. I think the Dodgers get there. So the one thing is the number is so fucking inflated. This is just a flat spot for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
It's as flat as it comes, I think, after Milwaukee. And they kind of just got a couple key hits there. I don't know if the offense really exploded. Tucker finally hits a triple, a big one. The Piaz hits, of course, the big home run right after, and that was really it in that game. So, yeah, I kind of want to take the Rockies. It's just, the bats. These bats have ice cold. You know what I mean? Just have not been very good. That was a bad few games, 3 or 4 game stand versus the D-backs. Yeah.
No question. All right, Seattle Mariners Athletics, our last game. We've got Castillo, Savali, the pitching matchup. Mariners rather, -110, -115 road favorites, 10.5 the total. here in this one. Castillo, what was amazing about him when I looked into this game is his road numbers are really bad this year. He's really had a tough time, Luis Castillo, on the road. I don't think he's the pitcher he once was either, just overall. But there's no doubt he's having a real rough go away from Seattle this season. You look at those road numbers. I mean, he gave up 4 in Chicago, 7 in Minnesota. He has a 6.85 ERA on the road for this entire season. He's given up 22 runs, 29 hits in 23.7 innings pitched on the road. So that's just not very good as far as that's concerned. Not good at all. And then you look on the flip side, it's Savali. And we talked about Savali before his last start, the A's. We said eventually he's going to run into some trouble. And he ran into some trouble against the Angels, who are not a great lineup by any stretch, but he struggled. He gave up 5 runs, 5 hits, 5 innings, 3 home runs in that start against the Angels. So, in theory, you got to think the Mariners could have some success. And he doesn't have great numbers against the Mariners, Savali. He's given up 11 runs and 15 innings against Seattle in his career. So it's a high total. I still played over 10.5 here. I think there's runs tonight, Mariners and A's, in this little bandbox ballpark where we often like to see runs scored in Sacramento. C-Mac, what do you think here? Mariners, A's.
Castillo's just opening up here, right? Miller's going to be the primary. I mean, is Castillo? Is he
Bryce
full
Miller's
starter
going to
here?
be the primary. Castillo opening. That
just opening now. Yeah.
Here's the thing with Miller. Miller's got good numbers. He's another guy on the road. He's a little more hittable. Yeah,
a few of these A's have got to him, and a few have got to him against Castillo. But he probably's not going to see him, of course. Like McNeil, some of these, it's tough to take those numbers when you're just going to see the top guys probably that inning. I don't even know if he goes 2. We'll have to see. So yeah, it's just the total's just a little bit too high because there's both these teams. I think could have success. And Savali, finally got hit. Mariners have seen him enough. Julio Rodriguez, Naylor. I think these are good guys to look at tonight. Even more down in the order. Could look at props there. Over 1.5 bases RBIs in the Seattle lineup.
Well, I have some. Just as we wrap it up here, we'll do Jack of the Day, best bets, and get on out of here. Things have just taken a turn for the better for 2 of my afternoon MLB bets on this Memorial Day. I'm on the Rays. They keep giving the lead back, unfortunately, but they're up again now, 7-5, going to the bottom of the 13th inning against the Baltimore Orioles. We just keep riding this Rays team, but they're not making it easy right now. But they are up 7-5, and I do have a piece as a home dog of the Kansas City Royals this afternoon, and Bobby Witt Jr. just went yard to give the Royals a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bird is not the word for New York, as Jake Bird gave up that home run to Bobby Witt.
Bird. Yeah. Man, well, I'm glad for your success, because I'm ice cold in baseball. That under is just, it haunts me all day. After it, I said his game's going to be 3-2. Watch. Yeah. The Royals get it. So I have the D-backs, though. Come on, D-backs. I took them. So
good
is
stuff.
it just
They're up
1-0?
And they got the bases loaded. That's definitely.
Do they here? Okay. Because I just have the game cast on. That would be great. Come on. Give me a little something.
Yeah.
The gods.
That's right.
Break me off here.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Get going.
Sorry.
How about our guy?
I need a rant here. I got, every once in a while,
it's just baseball, though. Like
it is what it is.
You had a good weekend in the NBA and NHL playoffs, but it's just the baseball's been a little spotty.
Baseball got me yesterday.
You're not going to go fucking April to October crushing baseball start to finish. It's just not possible.
Oh, for sure. When you do it regular. But I just think usually this is such a good time for me. I've talked about the struggles around the break and maybe staying out lighter. So I'm just trying to. It's the grind. It's a daily grind.
Right.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yep. June will be a good month. I think.
It's usually good. May and June. It's always really, really good.
Yeah, it'll be good going into the All-Star break. All right, Jack of the Day. I mean, just quickly, I already mentioned a couple, but I'm on Manny Machado for San Diego plus 630. I'm on, let me see what else here. Julio Rodriguez, Seattle. Shea Langoliers, Athletics. I think there's going to be a lot of runs in that game, so I'm on those 2 as well. So there you go, a few home run props here for tonight. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Chucktown 111, Thomas Corbett, Nick Alvento, Jorge Herrera, AJ Stogstill, FB Gotti, Nicholas Handy. Appreciate all of you guys joining us here. Hit the like button on the way out. Time to wrap it up. It's time to get back to the Memorial Day festivities for those of you south of the border. So best bets, what do you got, C-Mac?
Yes, I'm so high school in MLB. Really just yesterday in this first bet. Come on, I need the D-backs, sons of bitches. I'm going the NBA because I just bet this a second ago. I'm on the first half. Give me the first half under 112. Knicks Cavs, my best bet.
There you go. First half under with
half under. I'm on it.
Yeah, Game 4 Eastern Conference Final. Best bet for me. Let's go to that game late. Seattle and the A's over 10.5. I think there's runs in that one. I like the form of both offenses. I think Castillo's not trustworthy. Miller's not nearly as good on the road, and the A's have done some damage against him. And then you flip it around to Savali. Not only has he struggled against the Mariners, but I think there's a coming back down to earth for him. And I think we saw signs of it against the Angels, where he gave up 3 bombs to the Angels in his last start. So let's go. It's high total, but we're going over it anyway. Seattle and the Athletics over 10.5, minus 110 for my best bet. That's a
also wrap. Real quick. Become a member.
Yes,
to our members. Wednesdays, Fridays.
Yeah.
Double shows. So become a member. The 2 levels that we have. We appreciate it, especially all you guys up in the green. So thanks to the members.
No doubt. Thanks for being members, those of you that are. And again, Wednesdays and Fridays, 2 days a week, we give you the members-only editions of the Hitting the Books show. Wednesdays, Fridays at this time, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. You know what we're also going to do for members only, aside from just the Wednesdays and Fridays throughout the later in the summer? But I think we might have our football previews that we do. We're going to do those for the members only as well.
For sure.
Football
we're going to be
shows only for the members this year. Obviously, we got you covered with the weekly show that'll be available to everybody during the season. But the football previews, we're going to have that be members only as well. So if you want to get caught up on most conferences in college football, NFL division previews, we're going to get involved in all of that later in July. Probably we'll start that up when the MLB All-Star break hits. So make sure you become a member. You don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss class. If you miss class, you're not going to be able to pass the exam. And
well said. God damn it.
Right? That's right. Yeah. If you want to be on in time for class, you got to be a member and be there for the football preview shows in July. So there you go. It's another reason to become a member. Our football season preview videos and shows coming up in July. NFL, college football. Very much looking forward to that as well. All right. It's time to get back to holiday festivities. Hit the like button on the way out. For Connor Mack, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Memorial Day Monday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. We will be back with you tomorrow on Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific for another edition of the Hitting the Books show. Until then, class dismissed.